sorry, that's for a Democrat show.
Let me know when you're ready. No matter what the technical difficulty is, this man is a professional. He goes all the way.
What you represent to them is freedom.
Was an extremely great conservative commentator. We're tearing it up on Wednesday night. This is awesome. This will allow me to retort.
Well, this is Jersey Joe for the Reaver of Common Sense show. 8 p.m. on shrmedia.com.
Actually, I just totally screwed up. This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. Oh. Oh, this is just funny. I have literally a stalker on Twitter. 2 of them. Hang on. Oh, I got 2 of them. Oh, my God. It's, oh, my God. I even call this one a stalker. Oh, boy. Hang on one last second. Oh, it's going to be one of those days. Wow. Just wow. Some of these people, holy shit, they need help. Yeah. And I mean, stalker galore. Yeah, I think I'm going to step away from that idiot. So, how was everybody's weekend? Let's see. Mine, I have a hot water heater that went. So, after the show today, I get to do that. Ooh. It's... Wow. Holy shit, these people are nuts. They need help. And the one's going through my whole Twitter feed. Literally, the whole Twitter feed. Just going through it. Yeah. As I was saying, my hot water heater went boom. So, I got to put a new one in today. That's going to be so much fun. Oh, so much fun. So the Democrats are trying to cool down the Trump impeachment talk. The activists are still agitating the impeachment talk. But the party leaders in Washington are trying through back channels to squash the talk. And it's from Politico. They call it the I word. Just a month into Donald Trump's presidency, Democrat Party leaders are trying to rein in the talk of impeachment that's animating the grassroots. The product of a restive base demanding deeper and more aggressive investigation into Trump's ties to Russia. Democratic officials in Republican-dominated Washington view the entire subject as a trap. A premature discussion that could backfire in spectacular fashion by making the party appear too overzealous in its opposition to Trump. Guess what? A little too late. A little too late. You have House members going out there in the news screaming that they're going to impeach Trump. You have your top Democrats going out there saying they will not work with Trump on anything. Nothing. No matter what it is, they won't work with him. They'll vote against them. So this make the party appear to be overzealous in the opposition to Trump. Too late. They are overzealous. They're out there screaming it. But McConnell said it about Obama. We're just doing it. All right, that's your shtick. Go ahead. All right. Oh, and this. I'm sitting here hearing how the Sweden comment from Trump. It proves he lies. He lies. He lies. That's all I've heard. No proof, just he lies. Russia, 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 Russia. That's all I heard on Twitter this weekend with these liberals. I'm having actually a nice discussion with a woman about Obamacare. And she's been pretty nice. We've gone back cordial. I don't attack people. In fact, I've had one. He's gone totally off the rail. It just drives me up a wall. Because it's just Russia, 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 Russia. We will oppose. He lies. His comment on Sweden just shows he lies. Actually, no, Sweden is in a bad shape, but they're doing everything they can to try to cover it up. They're trying to cover up. I mean, you have sections in Europe and most of the countries that have taken massive amounts of the Muslim immigrants. And they are known as no-goes. You have Sweden females that are being raped And it's not a small amount of that's going on. And you have these, what are they called, like rape parties, whatever. What? It's everybody. Nobody wants to talk, though. Nobody wants to talk. Everybody. Everybody wants to go into attack mode and insult. I'll have conversations with the left all day long. No problem. Do you want to talk? We could talk our differences. But it's, you want to treat me with respect, I treat you with respect. You want to act like an asshole? Well, nowadays I kind of let you just be the asshole and laugh at you. It's quite funny. But there's such a divide in this country, it isn't funny. But as for the article from Politico, they really... What they're fearing is it could harden Republican support for the president by handing his party significant fundraising and political ammunition when chance for success for an early impeachment push are remote at best. And that's even swinging wild. They know they have no chance of a impeachment. And by doing this, what do you think they're going to be campaigning on in 2018? The senators were out there and playing clips of the Democrats saying over and over. It's not, okay, we had idiot John McCain. Not John McCain. McConnell. And one or two others that were out there. We're going to oppose Obama at every point. I called him an idiot then. I know some of you may not have heard because I didn't have a radio show at that time. But I did. That was stupid. I don't agree with them doing it. And I don't agree with it now. But you have almost, God knows how many senators and House representatives just out there. We are not going to work with Trump. We are going to oppose. We're going to block. We're going to oppose. There's a few, who was it, Tim Ryan, who wants to work. Senator Manchin, is it, out of Virginia? And I've disagreed with him on multiple occasions because I do not agree with his gun stance. But what we have going is just everybody wants to be a attack dog. And nobody wants to talk anymore. It's like, oh my God. Just everybody take a deep breath. And really, the computer is helpful, but not helpful at the same time. It's because you're behind a computer screen and they just say whatever they want because they know they got a computer screen to protect them from any argument coming back to them. Well, an argument goes back, but I'm pretty sure everybody knows what I mean by that. Oh, it's just... And this attack of the press. Donald Trump called him the enemy of the people. You know what? They are. They're not reporting the news. They're creating news. They're trying to be part of the news. They have been lying to us. Nobody... a very small percentage believe the media anymore. They have attacked verbally the people. They are mouthpieces for the Liberal Party, most of them, instead of reporting the news. So, no. And it's not, as McCain was running around, it's the start of a dictator. No. He has a right to have his opinion on it. He has a right to that. Becoming president doesn't mean you end your opinion. He's there to do the will of the people. But he still has a right to voice his opinion. He's not putting forth any bills. But wait a minute. My memory's coming back to me on this, but I seem to remember a President Obama trying to put government monitors in the newsroom and newspapers. That would have limited free press. But that didn't get a lot of press, especially from the liberals. I also seem to remember a president who wiretapped the AP reporters, who went after one specific reporter who stood up there. It is Fox's fault. Fox's fault. They stopped me from getting this done. They didn't do this. They didn't do that. They didn't kiss my ass. It's Fox's fault. Fox's fault. All he did was attack Fox, the conservative news station. He tried to regulate conservative shows on the internet. He tried to control what we were able to say about him. It's crazy. I love it. They're trying to even deny, and there's no paid protesters. No, that's not happening. Jesus Christ, they've admitted it. Whew, these people are kind of... It's nuts out there, I'll tell you that. It's nuts, I tell you. The tolerance from the left. One of them actually called me a bigot this weekend, which was kind of funny as they were attacking and not allowing me to have my opinion. I was like, have you ever looked at the definition of bigot? And they were like, yeah, that's a racist. No. And then the discussion of Muslim countries that kill gays. Oh, it hasn't happened in about 10 years. The moderate Muslim countries are not doing that. I was like, yeah, I never said the moderates. I've never blamed the moderates about this stuff before. with that, Dan, I'm behind the 8 ball today. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
You have been listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean.
Dude, I'm not saying Catholic, stupid bro.
Sackhead Clint.
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
Also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe, and I'm trying to make sense out of the senseless. It is what it is, though. And nothing's going to change right now. It's only going to get worse. It really is. The left is just... I don't know. It's the division that is in this country, and nobody wants to talk. Everybody wants to be right. And that's the one problem the computers have given us. Everybody thinks they're right. Someone proved me wrong, and I turned around and said, you know what? You're right. I was wrong. Shit happens. You know, it's funny because their argument was kind of like won't admit, and they proved me wrong, and I forget what it was. Shit happens. You know, sometimes you're wrong. It's going to happen. You can't be right all the time. So, what was it? Thursday was a day without illegals, and it was a big political dud. The much big ballyhoo, they called it, of the day without immigrant turned out to be a day without many protests or any political impact. But with many Mexican flags, angry slogans, and a muted social media response by amnesty advocates. It also got several people fired. One company, like 18 of the employees, took off to go to a day without immigrants protest. The company abruptly fired them for not showing up to work. And the Thursday turnout in most cities was few hundred protesters, despite some employers shutting their workplaces down. But organizers did get a turnout of several thousand in North Carolina and Chicago. NBC described the national turnout as merely thousands, despite an estimated population of roughly 11 million illegals. In recognition of the low numbers, the response from pro-mass immigration politicians and activists was muted. The director of communication, Democratic Illinois Representative Luis something, tweeted nothing about the marches. Neither did the National Immigration Forum. Linda Sarsour, a Muslim organizer of the Women's March, simply tweeted solidarity. Although the event was a political dud, the organizers will likely use it as a basis for larger future protests. Come on, what are they going to base it on? A couple thousand people came out and said they don't like Trump. Yeah. That's why we got to give amnesty. You see, because there's a couple thousand people. Oh, my God. It's just too funny. CNN calls Donald Trump's attack on media a verbal form of poison. Translation, they are effective. They're sitting there, Donald Trump's not affecting us. It has no effect on what he's saying. It's poison, I tell you, it's hurting. Well, if it's not affecting you, you wouldn't even recognize what he was saying. You'd whatever. Oh, my God. Oh. I'm loving this. I'm seeing a lot of sanctuary cities go down, down, down. And the problem with Sweden, with Trump's comment, they should have left it alone. But now it's shining a huge spotlight on Sweden and the problems with their immigration. That's the problem. He says these things knowing he's going to get massive media attention. It's going to shine spotlights on certain subjects. It just... It just is. It is what it is, but it's getting old. What the? No, I'm looking. Some new article just came up, and I'll look more into it. Some of it. 25th Amendment is there if the president becomes incapacitated. I'm sorry, I'm looking through this. They're trying to say that the past president, vice president has the right to come in and question the current president, and something they could have him removed because of that. It seems like more pipe dreams from Blumenthal and Al Franken. And all they're doing is they're belittling mental illness for a political agenda. It's... I don't... You cannot do this. Saying so. Psychiatrist is going apeshit over this because they're trying to label Trump as mentally unstable just because of some speeches. And his doctor's letting him have it. Because the media was swooning over Barack Obama and covered up every mistake he made. But with Trump, they blow everything up. Are you telling me half of America voted for a mentally ill man, and that a mentally ill man blew out a candidate who was groomed her entire life for presidency? Is this how you go high when they go low? That's crazy. And that is beautiful. Beautiful. They're grasping at straws right now. They're showing their desperation. And I keep saying that going into bags of tricks and trying to change meaning of stuff to fit their agenda so that they could try to remove the president because he kicked the shit out of your candidate. I'm sorry for the popular vote. 30 states voted for him. He won the electoral. Ooh, you got the popular vote by, 2.5 million or whatever it is. Ooh. The coastal cities do not elect a president. This article is Democrat lawmakers are openly questioning President Donald Trump's mental health, and a growing number of them are invoking the 25th Amendment as a springboard to introduce legislation that would allow former presidents and vice presidents to determine if Trump is mentally unfit for office. Yeah. Basically, the ones that are alive, are Democrats, and you have George Bush. You have establishment. They're all in danger. This is a really desperate, and I mean desperate attempt. They're trying to force a psychiatrist or psychologist in the White House. This is desperation. This is actually funny. Holy shit. They have, I'm really looking into this article, and they really went cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs on this one. They are really desperate. So Blumenthal is introducing legislative I can't speak today, that would allow for living former presidents and vice presidents to form that body that would determine whether the president is mentally fit for office. That could backfire on him just as easy, because all you need is they're talking about fascism and police states. They've been using those words. What the fuck do you think this is? This is a political coup that they're trying. It's not going to work, but that's what they're trying. They're trying to do a political overthrow because they lost. That is what is going on. His party lost. Their party lost. Oh my God. They're looking for a political coup. Oh my God. It wasn't Blumenthal. My apologies. Blumenauer is a House representative. But still, it's, oh my God, these people are freaking nuts. Whew. Oh, it's giving him some time for his 15 minutes of fame. Holy, that is desperation. I'm sorry. I'm actually shocked about this. It's. There's also a guy that ran with the AP story of the National Guard being round up to round up unauthorized immigrants, which turned out to be a fake story. This guy bought into it hook line. Oh, this is the idiot with the green bicycle on his jacket all the time. He's pushing to raise the gas tax. Oh. Oh, he's a whack job. it's... I'm speechless on this. This guy's a whack job. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised.
And now on to the show.
And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. I'm going through this guy's Twitter, and it is hysterical on the 17th, which was Friday. To even consider this unconscionable and unprecedented, all of us need to continue to fight back against Trump's hateful immigration agenda. Here's retweeting the Associated Press. Memo obtained by AP shows Trump considering mobilizing National Guard to round up unauthorized immigrants. That was Friday also, and was proven to be fake. It was false news, and this guy jumped right on it, hook, line, and sinker. What the hell? And I love how the liberals, they have to confuse people and confuse the terms immigration and illegal immigration together. They got to throw them all together, just as they do with the Muslims when we talk about extreme Muslim terrorism. We talk about these extremists, and they throw in all of Muslim because they know what we're talking about. No, you don't. You're trying to... Oh, oh man. This is just, the liberals have lost their cotton-picking mind. And I'm being serious, not figurative. I think they've lost their cotton-picking mind. The shit that they're coming up with is just too amazing. Largest immigration march in history of Reading, Pennsylvania. 250 strong for the... Sorry. That was the day of no immigrants. I didn't see our country didn't stop. It didn't suffer. It didn't skip a beat. At Tennessee_GOP. Unthinkable that people are protesting about illegal immigrants breaking the law, encouraging others to do it. What pisses me off is they're encouraging. And that's against the law. That is breaking the law. It's just... They tried to make this march a big thing, and it just... The biggest turnouts were in Chicago and Charlotte. 8,000 people. 8,000 people. That's it. Thousands are protesting ICE and Trump for Chicago's Day Without Immigrants. Yeah. Not impressed. Some demonstrators waved the flag of their home country, underlining their identity as foreigners from countries whose primarily export includes cheap labor for U.S. employers. Oh, my God. They're sitting there holding their protest under the flags of Mexico, Ecuador, and El Salvador. Well, if you're so proud and you want to fly those flags, why not just go back home? If it's so great. Oh. The New York Times warns readers unhinged leftists hate helping Trump. Whatever. It's really getting bad out there. Let's see, where are we? Oh, yes. CNN's now reporting, well, they reported Friday, no charges against former National Security Advisor Mike Flynn. Barring new information that changes what they know, charges will not be recommended against former National Security Advisor Michael Flynn over his telephone conversation with Russian ambassadors. Okay. It's done, but the left are just still... Michael Flynn's pre-inauguration calls to the ambassador became a controversy that ultimately resulted in his resignation. But even the final wave of media reports in the onslaught against him conceded that no illegal behavior occurred in the selected portions of his phone transcriptions leaked to the media. All those leaked documents showed he did not break the fucking law. But he lost his job. And I'm pretty sure the full transcripts were never leaked. Because the full transcripts would have showed everything was legal. I believe he resigned more on to not give more ammunition to this whole story of Russia. FBI interviewers believed Flynn was cooperative, provided truthful answer. Although Flynn didn't remember all of what he talked about, they don't believe he was intentionally misleading him. Of course, the liberals want more in-depth proctology reports. No matter what, they're going to just cry to cry. And I love how there's some sick-ass piece of shit liberals that are calling this Flynn-Ghazi. Trying to compare this to Benghazi. Flynn did not get 4 Americans murdered by failing to act. Obama had a very similar incident with one of his personnel. It happens. There was talks. He did not talk sanctions. It's a joke. They're making a mountain out of a grain of rice for political points. Nothing more, nothing less. This is a political scavenger hunt. reporters, they call themselves reporters, in a desperate attempt to attack Flynn. To attack Trump, I should say. Will destroy anybody and everybody. Truth or high water. I shouldn't say that. Hell or high water. They don't care what damage they cause. Because their candidate didn't win. And that's what it comes down to. Their candidate didn't win. Oh, my God. Seeing trades pop up, but I think it's basketball, not hockey. It's sorry, I'm keeping up with the hockey trade going on because it's getting close to the trade deadline. Very close to the trade deadline for their hockey season. 10 days to speak of. Oh, it's... Yes, I'm a big hockey fan. Even though the Blues are out. It is a... Did Trump maybe misspeak on Sweden? Probably. Liberals are acting like he has to be spot on about everything. They're okay that Obama outright lied to the American people over and 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 over again, to the point that Obama even sued to make sure he had the right to lie to the American people. That was okay. And that's what gets me. I'm not trying to bounce back to Obama, but these same people ignored Obama. If they were bitching about Obama and now they were bitching about Trump, I would be, okay, hey, you're holding to your standards. But they ignored Obama for 8 years. And now, all of a sudden, they got an issue with lying. They supported a liar-in-chief for 8 years. And I keep seeing, oh, he lied. Just because the facts don't line up with your belief doesn't mean it's a lie. But in their world, it's a lie. And it's not all liberal. I'm not trying to go after all Democrats. There is some that do understand what's going on, and there's discussion. But there's these hardcore alt-left. Yes, that's, you know, you want to think there's an alt-right? There's an alt-left. The violent attack dogs. That if you speak out, oh my God, they just keep going at you and at you and at you like they did with me. And I don't back down. I get bored. I have fun with them. It's the same shit, different day. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. It is... left are just, they've lost it. I know I keep saying, I just cannot believe how nuts they've gone. They've lost touch with reality. And it's amazing. They talk about mental illness. Well, that's a big sign of mental illness. So everybody's going on and on about Trump's fight with the media. But the lack of trust in the media is not because of Trump. Press ruined its reputation on its own and was well on its way of ruining its reputation long before Donald Trump. It actually started about 8 years ago, and people have been trusting the media less and less and less. And the media just, they don't get it. They're just in denial. But they ruined a reputation. But it seems like the left cannot look at itself and justify itself. And what I mean about that, it's the left is failing right now. It's losing election after election after election, and they're finding everybody and anybody to point their finger at. They can't look at themselves and say, shit, this is where we went wrong. It is really scary about how far they've gone. But it's same with the media. The media has ruined its trust from the American people. And it's blaming anybody and everybody else for its destruction. They've done it to themselves. They sold their soul a long time ago. And now they want to blame everybody else because they sold their soul. And everybody sees it. Well, not everybody. Most people see how they sold their soul. This isn't a right or left issue. They sold their soul. They don't report the news. They try to make sensational headlines anymore. They become anymore just they've been enveloped into the Democrat Party. And they talk about how there's supposed to be a separation. And they're trying to use that on Trump. Well, how about the separation between you and the Democrat Party? You and those political figures. I don't trust them, not because of Trump. I didn't trust them before that. And I still don't trust them. They just keep going nuts on it. They're covering up. CNBC cites left-wing political fact and Clinton-Russia uranium story. The George Soros-linked political fact condemned President Donald Trump's claim Thursday that Hillary Clinton's State Department presided over the sale of 20% of U.S. uranium to Russia. Hillary Clinton gave away 20% of the uranium in the United States. She's close to Russia, Trump said during a press conference. The claim isn't true, CNBC energy reporter wrote. Political fact pointed out that 20% of the uranium capacity is different from 20% of existing uranium. Moreover, the State Department was not one of 9 government agencies that had to sign off on the deal. Other federal and state regulators had to approve them. CNBC citing political fact is how fake news spreads. Political fact has reportedly attempted to rewrite the facts surrounding the Uranium One Clinton State Department story, first reported by the New York Times and based on research from the New York Times bestseller Clinton Cash. In July and in September 2016, Political Fact published stories that flat out ignored several key facts and conflict of interest that ultimately proved damaging to Clinton as it revealed to her involvement in the Russian uranium deal. Clinton did not represent the State Department on the panel of agencies who approved deals such as Uranium One transaction. The representative at the time, former Assistant Secretary Jose Fernandez, told the Times, Ms. Clinton never intervened with me on any CFI U.S. matters, referring to the Committee on Foreign Investment in the United States. But DeChristopher neglected to mention that Fernandez was immediately politically motivated to distance Clinton from the controversial uranium deal. It was also failed to report that Fernandez met with Clinton's presidential campaign chairman John Podesta and pledged to support the Democrat candidate. On March 30th, 2015, Fernandez wrote an email to Podesta in hopes that the two could meet. On April 17, Fernandez thanks Podesta for meeting him and said, I would like to do all I can to support Secretary Clinton and would welcome your advice and help in steering me to the right person in the campaign. A week later, Fernandez was quoted by Time magazine in an online story calling Clinton Cash reporting absolute conspiracy theory, adding Secretary Clinton never intervened with me on any CFI U.S. matters. The coordination between Fernandez, the Clinton campaign, and his chairman, John Podesta, is undeniable. And yet, CNBC didn't bother to mention that part of the story. DeChristopher also failed to inform CNBC readers about how donations to the Clinton Foundation from executive of Russian-owned Uranium One exceeded $145 million. $145 million donation to the Clinton Foundation from the executives of the Russian-owned Uranium One. In fact, those Clinton Foundation donations spiked just as the deal for Russia's Rosatom to secure Uranium One was being finalized. Clinton's State Department was one of 8 agencies to review and sign off on the uranium deal. But Miss Clinton was the only agency head whose family's foundation received $145 million in donation from multiple people connected to the deal. Uranium One's chairman used his family's foundation to make 4 donations totaling $2.35 million. Those contributions were not publicly disclosed by Clinton, despite an agreement Miss Clinton had struck with the Obama White House to publicly identify all donors. Other people with ties to the company made donations as well. Then there's the $500,000 speaking fee for a speech in Moscow paid for by a Russian government-linked bank connected to the uranium deal. $500,000 speaker fee paid for by a Russian government-linked bank. There is true connection to Russia. We ignore all that. We ignore all the connections of Hillary Clinton. And someone even, she lost. We're not talking about her now. Yeah, but you backed her, didn't you? Yeah, but that's besides the point. No, it isn't. You're crying about Russia when your candidate has more connections to Russia than Trump has. They don't see the hypocrisy in their own statements. They argue about stuff, and they themselves have more ties to Russia. It's just amazing. It's amazing. So a group tried to boycott Trump's wine, and it caused a spike in sales for the winery. Oh, too funny. There's a Swedish cop's viral Facebook rant backs Trump on crime wave. And what's funny is you got a lot of liberals. Well, look what John McCain and Graham are speaking out against Trump. Yeah. Trump did something John McCain and Graham couldn't do, win a presidency. John McCain hasn't been right in God knows how long. John McCain sold out to the liberals a long, long time ago. Oh, here it is. Dozens of workers lose their jobs for participating in Day Without Immigrant protest. I know there's like one company, they fired like 18 employees because they decided to go to the protest. Oh. And they should have given them the day off. It's their right. And it's the company's right to fire people for not showing up to work. Oh. It's... Oh, it's too funny. "21 workers at Encore Boat Builders LLC were told not show up. They were not approved for the day off. They decided that they weren't just going to show up. So they have lost their jobs." That's what happens. You don't show up for work. You don't have a job. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
Listening to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. You didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cop for the stupid program.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the reaverofcommonsense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I'm your host, Jersey Joe, and welcome, Kellen. Yes, happy President's Day to everyone and to Cal. Sorry, I was reading an article. We have a stand your ground case here in Florida, just north of me, next county over, Pasco County. There was a shooting in a theater back in, 2014. It is a bad situation all around. A father was using his phone during previews to the movie. A gentleman asked him to put it away, that it was disturbing. The father went into a cuss rant at the gentleman. The gentleman, who was a police officer and an instructor for firearms and all that, got up and went and complained to the manager. When he came back, the father again went into a tirade, threw his telephone and popcorn. The elderly man, feeling that there was a physical violence being presented to him, pulled his revolver out and shot him. Unfortunately, killed the guy. It's a bad situation all around, but the guy attacked this elderly man. Whether it's popcorn or what, he threw a cell phone, which hit the elderly man in the face. You have popcorn flying. You can't see what's going on. You're being attacked. And he felt that his life was going to be in danger. I mean, this guy going nuts over use of a cell phone during a theater. I'm not saying he should have died from it, but he shouldn't have attacked either. You know, you just can't go around attacking people because you're upset. I think the whole situation is horrible. It's, I don't know where you go with it. It's a bad, best way I could just say it's a bad situation. It's being broadcasted live, but it's on break right now for lunch, and I'm not in the position of that event. But if someone's going to freak out and start throwing stuff at you over a discussion of not using your cell phone during a movie, it is very conceivable that man is going to try to do bodily harm to you. Because he's not throwing cell phone and popcorn in your face because he likes you. At that point, it's a distraction, which I would be thinking, what's coming next? And that's kind of why they have this stand your ground law in Florida, so that you can protect yourself and not wind up a victim or a corpse. And unfortunately, the father's actions, in my opinion, has caused him to become deceased. I also think that movie theater is at fault because they did not intervene in a timely manner. Everybody says, well, the movie theater doesn't allow guns. The movie theater also has rules against using your cell phone. And it's not against the law to carry my concealed carry defense weapon with me. That is a policy of the movie theater. The worst that can happen is they ask me to leave. They have no legal rights to force me to disarm. They can ask me to leave their premises, yes. They don't provide enough armed security to protect me when I go in these things. There's a lot that could have been done different. And it's a horrible situation all around. I'm not going to say I'm going to stand up for one or another. It is a horrible situation, and it's all over poor etiquette, poor respect for each other. I don't use my phone when I'm in the theater. I shut the ringer off. It's not just the noise. I pay good money to go to these movie theaters to watch in peace. I don't need all these flashy lights in front of me. And that's kind of why I really don't go to the theater anymore. I don't. It's too expensive, and I don't want to deal with all this bullshit of people. Nobody has respect for anybody. Everybody wants to do whatever the hell they want, and they don't care. It's bad. A father lost his life because he couldn't control his temper. Management, when a complaint like that was put in, knows that it's never a good outcome and should have responded quicker. I just love the liberals. They're going nuts over it. They're saying that he started the argument, this person is, because he asked them to put his cell phone away during a movie. That's not starting an argument. So now you can't even talk to other people because it might offend. Well, we'll see how it goes, whether the judge allows the stand your ground case to hold or not. That's what it'll come down to. I to be honest, I'm kind of split because it should have never got to that point. And former Obama aide has been fined $90,000 for unethical lobbying for Uber. Barack Obama's 2008 campaign manager was fined $90,000 by Chicago Board of Ethics. Chicago Board of Ethics and a 5-0 vote for improperly lobbying Mayor Emanuel on behalf of Uber Technology. The San Francisco resident was fined $1,000 a day for 90 days he used personal emails without being a registered lobbyist to lobby Mayor Emanuel, former chief of staff to President Barack Obama, to allow Uber to make unlimited rideshare pickups at Chicago Midway and O'Hare Airport. Both, what is his name? David Polif, whatever. And Emanuel had worked together during Obama's first campaign. So he figured, we work together. We can talk on the side. I'll get this through. Don't worry. The city of Chicago had operated a lucrative business auctioning off taxicab medallions for a minimum of $360,000 per medallion. That explains why the base fare for a Chicago taxi ride was $3.25 for the first mile and $2.25 for each additional mile. The added medallion cost also explains why the fare for a taxicab ride from the downtown Chicago Loop to O'Hare was $36 plus tip, compared to just $28 for the same passenger to take an Uber ride. After Mayor Emanuel announced that he was authorizing Uber and Lyft to make trips formerly restricted to cabs only pickup at O'Hare and Midway, as well as at the McCormick Place Convention Center, the American Federation of States, County, and Municipal Employees called a strike of Chicago's 12,000 taxi drivers on October 6, 2015. The union wanted to stop ride-sharing or force Uber to pay a $5 surcharge to the city to level the cost with taxes, according to the CBS local affiliate. So, long story short, he figured, hey, me and this guy work together. We can do a little side job here. We could talk a little on the side, and I'll get him to, come around to Uber's way. And one Obama staff to another Obama staff. Yeah. So that didn't go good. That Chicago's ethics. I didn't know that the Chicago government had any ethics. It's funny, but I'm sorry, I'm just reading. This was all found because a group, Better Government Association, filed a lawsuit with the mayor to release his private emails, which caused this to come about. I find this hysterical. Goes to show you that they will try anything and everything to circumvent the lobbyist rules. This is only a citywide thing, but understand these two understood lobbyist rules working for the president. They worked for the president of the United States. They understood these rules and laws. The left love to put these rules in place because they know Republicans will follow them while they circumvent them. They circumvent the rules knowing that the Republicans will follow. And they have said so in the past. That's why they love adding all these new rules. Unbelievable. Oh. Russian diplomat reported dead in New York after suffering heart problems. I guess they're going to tie that to Trump, too. I'm sure they'll try to tie that to Trump. It's getting too nuts. It really is. That probably would have never made any headlines a year or two ago. You're listening to the Reaver of Common Sense right here on SHR Media and High Plains Radio. We will be right back.
Conservative media done right. You're listening to the SHR Media Network.
Breaking news. According to the latest report coming out of SHR Media, a merchandise store to support both the Reaver of Common Sense and SHR Media has just been unleashed to the general public. Be forewarned that this site can be contagious and numerous items can be purchased to support the best news programming. Go to Reaver.one website and click on the store link to check out the merchandise.
to Reaver of Common Sense, hosted by my dad, Jersey Joe. Beware, the Jersey Takeover is here. Every Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. You can catch the Reaver of Common Sense show, hosted by Jersey Joe, right here on shrmedia.com and highplainsdailynews.com. Only Jersey can deliver hell like no one else, so consider this your fair warning.
In a world controlled by corrupt politicians,
You got a business. That you didn't build that.
a team of ordinary men emerge from the ashes to give voice to the voiceless and hope to the hopeless. Sackhead Sean,
Dude, I'm not saying cough for the stupid pro.
Sackhead Clint,
All good friends of ours usually show up drunk.
also starring Sacco as the producer.
I'm a little bit drunk, 'cause I'm drinking, drinking, drinking.
They are the Sackheads Radio Show. Every Wednesday at 8 p.m. Pacific on shrmedia.com.
Every Wednesday night, 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, you can catch the Southside Mutt Show with its hosts, the Jersey Boys, Jersey Joe and Crash, right here on SHR Media and High Plains Pundit Radio, where we will be digging up the dirt.
Times are dark. The people misled by corrupt politicians, lied to by establishment media, and deceived by the false messages of Islam. A nation in confusion needs a guide. It needs a man with a cane. I'm Dave Milner. Join me on Spreaker, SHR Media, High Plains Talk Radio, Live Rebooting Liberty, and YouTube for a unique brand of commentary on the unpleasant blind guide. Because truth is not always pleasant.
If you miss a show, don't worry. You can catch the replays two ways, rebootingliberty.com or the Reaver of Common Sense.com. While you're there on Reaver of Common Sense, don't forget, drop in your email and keep up to date with everything going on, or click the like button on the Facebook widget. Now on to the Reaver of Common Sense.
Listening to the SHR Media Network.
This show contains language that some viewers may find offensive. Listener discretion is advised. And now on to the show. And welcome back to the Reaver of Common Sense. I am your host, Jersey Joe. And I hate to say this, but I got to end the show early today. We seem to have a worse issue with the water. So, I will be back tomorrow, bright and early, 11 o'clock. Hopefully, I'll have all this water issue solved at my house. Again, I'm sorry, but I'm getting some texts from the wife, and seems there's some rats got some boats in the garage going. So, I'll talk to you tomorrow. Have a great day. Ooh, if I can get the music going. You've been listening to the Reaver of Common Sense with its host, Jersey Joe. You can tune in every day, Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. to 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on hppundit.com and shrmedia.com.